Arise, queens. This is the All Queens Army, where women are provided with the tools you need to overcome your fears, face your flaws, and experience breakthroughs as you develop self-esteem so strong you emanate royalty. Now, for your host and commander of the All Queens Army, Breizy Time.
Welcome to the All Queens Army podcast. This is your girl, your host, Breizy Time. I am here again. This is part 2 with my boo, Jonean. Hey. So if you guys just listened to the last episode that I had where my guest was here, you guys heard Jonean talking about her business, her book, all of that good stuff. So she definitely motivated us, honey. That episode should have been in the Motivate Her segment because she definitely gave us some dope motivation. So she is back with part 2. And as I promised you, queens, we are going to talk about the men in their kingdom because they're not in the kingdom, honey. Some of these men is somewhere else. But we're going to talk about relationship struggles, all right? The challenge with being single, the challenge with dating. It's hard out here.
It really is.
Oh my goodness. So we promised you, queens, that we were going to come back and we were going to talk about relationship problems. And the reason I asked Jonean to come and talk about it is because being her Facebook friend and following her on Instagram, baby, she keeps me laughing. And she's so open, and so many women aren't, but she's very open and candid about what she goes through in the dating scene. Like she'll share with us when she's met someone new and nice, and then she will promptly also share when it goes south, and she'll give us little snippets of like what happened. And I love the candor. I love the honesty and the genuineness of it. Is that a word? But anyway, I love that because, that's what, again, I try to pride myself on, is just being open and honest and talking about what's real so that other people can relate to it. Because if we keep on with all of these, like fake storylines and fake headlines of your life, other people don't, especially like the younger generation coming up, they have a false perception of like relationships and dating and women's self-esteem and what to tolerate and all of that kind of bullshit. Yeah. Excuse my language, but there's a picture being painted about relationships in the media that I think is setting up the next generation for failure. And to lack respect for themselves, especially as women. So I love that you're always so open and funny, because it'd be funny as I don't know what, girl, but open and funny about what's going on and, the struggles with dating. So can you share with us, like, where are you as far as dating and like, what do you want? What's your goal from relationships?
I'm trying to figure out where to start. What I want. I know what I want, and I'm not sure. A lot of people say independent women intimidate guys. They want to feel needed, and I do, make them feel needed. But I'm not one of those. Oh, I'm single with my fist in the air. I don't need a man for nothing.
Right.
This and that, whatever. Because who has that song? Is it Jill Scott? She says, even though I can do all these things, I still need you. And that's me. I do want and need a companion. Who doesn't? But when you got these guys that come in with all these lies, and I just be trying to figure out, like, especially when I was minding my business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm minding my business. You pursued me and continue to pursue me until I finally give in. Now you got my attention and now you don't know what to do with it. Or you just got all these games going on from the jump. And then I simply ask, why did you bother me?
Why did you mess with me anyway? Yep.
I was minding my business, and then soon as you snap, you crazy.
Right.
You the crazy one. Oh, my stars, girl. I have stories for days, and record breaking. I just recently, 2 days ago, record breaking time. That
y'all went from relationship to breakup in a day.
We went from It wasn't even 24 whole hours, and it wasn't even a relationship. We were just getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
But needless to say, he almost caused a 5 to 10 car accident just to get my phone number.
Right.
And we had a nice conversation for 42 minutes where he had enough time. He had enough time within those 42 minutes to say he had a girlfriend.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
So he neglected to share.
He neglected that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but he's this honest guy.
Right.
That doesn't like drama, that doesn't like negative energy and all of that. I'm pretty straight up. I'm pretty honest. And nowhere in that 42 minutes did he say, well, I'm in a situation, or I have a girlfriend, or a wife, or, anything. None of that. So the next morning, I just simply texted and said, good morning, have a good day. That's it. Right. I ain't say nothing else. My phone rung. About 10 minutes later. It's his number. Me. Hello. Nothing. Me. Hello again. Still nothing.
Nobody answering.
Nobody saying anything. So I hang up. I call back. He answers. And I say, hey, did you call me by accident? He said, I ain't call you. Who's this?
Oh, he ain't know who you was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Despite the fact that y'all talked for 42 minutes. Yeah, oh, now he don't know.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Lord, and I'm thinking it's a joke, right? And I'm like, are you for real? Because his tone sounded like he was joking.
Right.
But he was like, I don't know who this is. Who is this?
That don't make no damn sense.
I said, okay. I screenshotted the incoming call. I circled it. I texted them and I said, you didn't call me, but okay. Like that.
Right.
Then I left him a voicemail and said, I'd appreciate it. I'm not sure what all that was about, but I'd appreciate it if you did not call me or text me. 5 minutes later, he called. I guess he wasn't around her anymore. Right. So I'm kind of confused because I just said, don't call me. Then when I answered, I'm like, what's up? And he's, no, I just don't know what's going on. I mean, you ain't even give me a chance to tell you that I got a girlfriend and
you didn't give him a chance.
This and that. And I said, why you on my phone?
Girl.
Didn't I just say don't call or text me? So why you even, but right. I'm just saying, but have a good day, sir. Goodbye. And hung up. I know he probably like, this beat is crazy. No, I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy. Actually, he's crazy.
Like I said, he almost caused, in his city truck, almost caused the accident to get my phone number. When you did all that, you knew you had a girlfriend.
Right.
When we conversed, you knew you had a girlfriend.
Right.
42 minutes, you knew you had a girlfriend.
The whole 42 minutes y'all talked, he had a girlfriend.
You had a girlfriend. And then you, in my ear, talking about something, I didn't give you a chance to say you had a girl.
Oh, girl.
That was supposed to have been like one of the first things you said.
Right.
But because I guess you figured I wouldn't, talk to you or deal with you because you said that. And so now you just messed everything up. Not saying that because I'm tired. I don't want to deal with, I just don't want, I want to be able to freely go places without somebody saying, oh, girl, I seen, yep, so. I can go anywhere right now with anybody and not get questioned.
Right.
Because I'm single and I'm all the way single.
Right.
Like all the way
right.
single. Not, no man can say, oh, well, I thought, oh, so that's how we do. No, it's none of that. I can go anywhere freely. And I just haven't had any luck in that area. Why? Because I don't put up with bullshit. I'm sorry.
You shouldn't.
I'm sorry. I get the whole working things through but certain stuff, no. The constant infidelity, all of that, no. Because I feel like if I can be monogamous or whatever with you, you can do the same thing.
Exactly.
And then here you go.
Listen, the first problem is, he shouldn't have, he's saying, well, you didn't give me a chance to tell you. First of all, you shouldn't even have never tried to talk to me from the beginning. Yeah. Because you're in a relationship.
A whole relationship.
And so that's the thing. It's like, I feel like some guys, and I think it's women's fault, but guys feel comfortable with a side chick. They feel comfortable approaching a woman while they're with another woman. And it's obviously because there's some women who tolerating it and who dealing with it and accepting it. Because, sir, you have a whole girlfriend. Like, why are you even trying to talk to me? And then you wasn't even like finessed enough with the situation. Why is it that we only talked on the phone for one day and I already got your girlfriend calling my phone?
Exactly. So
that means that you're not even careful. You're not even
very messy.
Like, what is going on with queens? Are y'all dealing with this kind of stuff in the dating scene or whatever? Like, guys just pushing up on you. They're married or they're in relationships, and what's going on out here? Like, what's happening right now? And why are we as women tolerating it? I'm so happy that you don't tolerate that and that you shut that down. Yeah. Because who wants to deal with that?
Yeah, right. Because I have in the past, I have dealt with somebody that I knew had a girlfriend. You know what I mean? And it was after, I'm not going to blame it, because I tried to blame it on me being cheated on, and and then I end up being the other woman at one point, but that's not a good feeling.
Right.
So everybody who does that broadcasting and they only date, people who are in relationships and all of that, it's no fun in that. And I don't care who says, they get this and that out the deal, they get the money, they get the this and they get the that. That's a bunch of bullshit, because everybody wants that love. I don't care who you are, you want it, and I'm not glorifying when I did do it the time that I did it, because nothing good really happened out of that. You understand what I'm saying? And then it's like, and me, I'm always like, well, why are you doing this to her? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I wasn't the one that you could just chill with, and I'm getting a kick out of being that person on the side. I'm questioning you. I'm like, well, I don't understand. If she's as good of a woman to you, why you stepping outside? And then I guess I make them feel bad, because the situation, they ended up later on getting married. And so my mom was like, well, Dad, you changed this whole, you helped them get married.
Right. That's your good karma.
Yeah, that's my good karma. Because it's like, I was never the type that, running around singing, if your girl only knew, all that. Those kind of songs don't make me feel a certain type of way. I have a conscience, and I felt extremely bad, and then I just had to cut it off. Like, I can't, because I always picture it being me, and I always put myself in the shoes, like,
the other woman.
And it's, but you got some people out here that don't give at all.
You know why? Because they have low self-esteem. And I do too. I hear a lot of women who, especially on social media, and girl, I unfollow them. If I'm following them and I didn't know that that's the type of person they are, I unfollow them. Yeah. Because first of all, I don't need that kind of energy and negativity in my life. But to me, what it reads is that you don't value yourself enough. Like, you don't, like, you just made a comment and said, hey, everybody wants that kind of love. And I challenge that just a tiny bit. Everyone deserves that kind of love. Everybody doesn't want it. You know what I'm saying? But everyone deserves it. Like, we're all human beings and we all deserve that kind of love. But if you don't want it, 9 times out of 10, you don't want it because you don't really believe that you deserve it. Yeah. You don't believe you're worthy. And that's a problem with self-esteem and self-value with women. If you would be okay with a man putting another woman first, and you get your self-esteem boost from a man kind of wanting you over his wife or his girlfriend or his number one.
And it's not even wanting her. It's not even really wanting you over her because he ain't leaving her.
Yeah, true.
That's you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
You can put that in your mind all you want. And this what kills me when you have the woman that has the man and say, but he comes home every night.
Okay, but bitch, excuse my language. I'm sorry. Look, that slipped out. Listen, y'all not get real passionate. I told y'all I dropped some F-bombs and some MFs now. First of all, I ain't mean to say bitch because I try not to call my queens bees. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, ma'am, it don't fucking matter what he doing at night if out during the day. from
exactly
8 to 8.
Exactly.
His ass is cheating.
Exactly.
Who cares what he doing from 8? So it's okay for him to cheat from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. But as long as from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. he with you, baby, cut the shit.
Yeah, and that's
Cut
what
it
I'm
out.
saying. And it's like it just seems to me that the man always wins. Because you have the women, you have the side chick saying, well, she must not be doing everything. She must not be doing something because he keep coming my way. No, she could do everything. She can give him manicures, pedicures, wash every crack and crevices of his body and everything. Give him oral sex every night.
Yeah.
She can do all of that. And he can still come to you because he know he
well,
can
clearly
get...
you ain't doing it all either, baby. Because if you was doing it, then he wouldn't be with her.
Exactly.
So, you know.
And then it's just like, now you got two women saying who ain't doing what.
Exactly.
And he getting pleasures
on both sides.
Ends.
Yep. And the women are competing
exactly
with each other. Exactly. That's
and then
ridiculous.
Soon as something don't go right on this end, you got this one that's willing to take them in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Instead of it, like the very last, I don't even know what to call that. I don't know if that was a relationship or that was just a ship.
Right.
Or, you know, like, I really don't know.
A ship.
But yeah, because it wasn't no relation like in it. But
oh gosh.
So the girl came back because she saw that, you know, me and him were together. And I guess because I don't know, like she saw that we were happy or we looked happy on pictures and stuff. So she wanted to come back in the picture, and she purposely got pregnant. I know this for a fact.
Oh,
yeah, she purposely got pregnant,
Lord.
and now, I mean, it's horrible. But I'm glad that she kind of like saved me.
Wait, let me backtrack because I gotta make sure I understand this. So you was with the dude and his ex. Did they have a kid already?
No,
or they
didn't have any children at all.
So she came back because it looked like he was happy, which a lot of women do. So she came back because it looked like he was happy with someone else, and I guess finessed a baby out of him while y'all was together.
No, me and him we were kind of like off and on.
Okay.
So then he was doing the back and forth. You know, whenever he would get mad at me, he would go to her, and then, you know, back and forth, and she allowed it. You know, and from what I was told, she was a side chick to him for some years. So me, I can't compete with that, because if you went this long with being the chick on the side, you'll go longer with being the chick on the side because you're okay with that.
Yeah.
And so I pretty much subtracted myself from the equation. And once I heard that once she made a statement like, I need to know what's going on because I'm about to have a whole baby. That was her way of letting me know she was pregnant. That's all you needed to tell me. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, okay, so now I'm completely out of this situation. Now you go through this struggle with him. And then he got a whole nother child.
Oh,
that's the
Lord,
same,
child.
around about the same ages.
Ghetto twins.
Their kids. All the way in North Carolina.
Oh my goodness.
But anyhow, I was glad. Like I said, I'm glad that I didn't even go through that. I'm out of that. I was out of that whole entire situation. And you feel like you won. We not in competition.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, what did you win?
You a bunch of heartache.
Exactly. And disrespect.
Yeah.
Yes.
And really miserable.
Exactly.
That's just it. And you know, and it's sad because some people, I don't know, you got to value yourself. You got to know your worth more than that. That's all, you know. And just to say, because she made a statement and said that, I know you may be upset because I took him from you.
Ma'am.
I kindly said, don't nobody take nothing from me. I left that. Now, if I called him today or tomorrow, at that moment was when I told her, I said, if I say, come on, let's start over, guess where he gonna be at? And she said, oh, I know. He'll be back with you.
But why would you want him? First of all, let me address the whole, I took him from you. First of all, let's be clear. No one belongs to anyone. Even if you're married, no one is property. Exactly. You can't take anything from me. The only thing that belongs to me is me. So if you are messing with my man, my husband, you didn't take him, baby. He's not mine. He doesn't belong to me. as a matter of fact, you didn't do anything.
Mm-mm.
I blame him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I blame his actions. So please don't get excited
Mm-hmm.
about the fact that, because if it wasn't you, it clearly would have been somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
because it's him who's making that choice to partake in this extracurricular activity.
Girl, then had the nerve to say to me, if you want, this is after the baby is here.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, I can help y'all get back together because he told me that I messed up his blessing with you.
Girl, hang up the phone. I'm not. I'm done. I'm about to stop recording, y'all. This episode is over. Wait, what? Girl, unfortunately, some of our women are so broken and so confused about who they are. And like I said, what they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
There is no woman who deserves to be treated like that or even feel like that. First of all, I wish a man would tell me something like that. I really think the old Bree would resurface. Yeah, because I probably would. I'm not even going to say what I would do because I'm not that person anymore. But seriously, like that, it's just the ultimate disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
And why are we tolerating that? Furthermore, why would you even tell somebody?
Why would you? I wouldn't have told me that.
I wouldn't have told nobody that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that. That would have just been between me and him. And I just would have been like, I wouldn't have dared went to the other woman and say, well, he said I messed up his blessing with you. No, he messed up his own blessing.
Exactly.
You didn't have anything to do with that. I mean, you would always just like take them in, but that's what you chose to do,
right?
Yeah, that was just that right there was just a whole mess. Now, fast forward, I meet a guy. Well, I not really met him. We knew each other, but in passing and speaking and stuff. Said he had this lifelong crush on me, and so we started to talk, and I really just wanted to talk. That's it.
Right.
We can build towards a relationship because I told him I don't want to jump out the plane with no parachute.
Right.
Let's just get to know each other. But this man came 95 miles an hour on his love stuff. So now, 95. So now I'm following you and we both 95.
Right.
And then you slam on the brakes. So I'm still going 95 behind you. So now we got a collision because you just slammed on the brakes.
Right.
And I'm still coming. Within week 2, he already sitting at my mom's kitchen table saying, I'm in love with your daughter. My mother like, already?
Mom Duke saying plain. She's like, wait, what?
She like, already? So
how you fall in love that fast, sir?
And it was just too Tyler Perry-ish. Like, it was ingenuine.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime a person has so much to say and it's all the right things to say, you got to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, what movie was you watching?
Mm-hmm.
You just sitting there blabbing off and
I was going to say,
off.
what role are you playing?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who are you right now?
Right.
So he says to me, I think I would make a good boyfriend. And I'm like, well, we can wait. And it kind of scared me because normally I'm the one just ready,
Yeah.
But this time, because of past experiences that I'm trying to take it slow, he's pushing and pushing and pushing. So, and I blame myself for giving in. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I blame myself for that. And everything was just kind of like too good to be true. And I be trying to get out of that this is too good to be true attitude and just say, you deserve this.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But it was just something about him that I was kind of still like on the fence about. And then once he did that and, want to go into my family and confess this and confess that, I'm like, oh, wait, well, maybe this is really it. Maybe this is him. And shortly after, he just turned into this control freak.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, this is Tyler Perry.
Yeah. So then it was just like, everybody know I play my lotteries. Everybody know I do my little poker, my gamble. Everybody knows that I gamble. So him knowing me, he knew this also, meeting me. But then all of a sudden, he don't want me going to the casino. He don't want me playing lotteries. He don't want me doing this and he don't want me doing that.
Wait, was he paying the bills?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I was checking.
Yeah. So That's what my mom asked him, like, is she spending any of your change?
Yeah, is it your money?
Yeah, so he like, no. Okay, so once y'all become one, and if she's doing stuff like messing up mortgage money and doing, then you can have a say. But as of right now, this is her money. So I got suspended from my job for 3 days because of my attendance. My lateness is getting stuck in that traffic, going back and forth, commuting. And I stopped at Lyfe. He kept calling my phone, so I wasn't trying to go in so he couldn't hear the machines when I went in there. So I ended up hitting a jackpot. It was like $5,999. You might as well say $6,000. And he called as soon as I hit the jackpot. And I answered the phone then because I hit.
Right.
And I'm not thinking that you would have a problem with that because I hit. So I'm like, I'm gonna call you back like that or whatever. And then I end up calling it back. He's like, well, how much you hit for? So I tell him, and he said, oh, I'm happy for you, but I'm still mad. You mad for what? Because I told you don't go to Lyfe.
Who you talking to? I'm grown.
Okay.
Who you talking to?
Yeah.
Don't tell me what you told me not to do.
Yeah, exactly. So he told me not to go to Lyfe. Okay, well, I said, well, see, look, we're going to have to get this. We're going to have to put this on the table like right now. This is me. That's my vice. I don't drink. I don't smoke. You understand what I'm saying? That's my vice. So I'm not harming anybody. Every now and again, I like to go and I like to do my little stuff. And that's that. Yeah, I see. This is that. Not even 30 days later, I turn around and I hit the lottery for like 12,000 and some change. And none of these times I gave him anything. Why? Because number one, you don't want me doing this. And then you got a ticket on my car that you never paid. You understand what I'm saying? Now, even if you attempted to pay this ticket, then I would have probably gave you, I mean, I did treat him out to something to eat and stuff like that. But it was just like, stop counting my change.
Wait, so he was driving your car and got a ticket?
Yeah, we were on our way back from DC, and I got in the passenger seat.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I was tired. But when the ticket came, that's during the time he was driving.
I got you.
Yeah. So it was $100. And I'm like, you didn't even attempt to act like you were going to pay the ticket. You kept saying, I'm going to pay it. Where I dropped the ball at was I was supposed to just go ahead and pay it. And then whenever he gave me the money, but because, you know, life was going on and so much stuff was going on, I forgot all about the ticket until I got a $200 ticket in the mail. It then went up. He still never paid that. Then he all of a sudden had a meeting that he had to go to. The whole time me and you was talking, I ain't never heard you going to no meeting. And then you the only one from your yard that's supposed to be attending this meeting. So
what kind of meeting is this?
Yeah, it's supposed to be some type of city, whatever they got going on meeting. At 7-something at night. Okay. All right. So, and I'm not thinking nothing, but see, this is where men mess up at. When you got a routine that you've been doing for a minute, and that moment it switches.
Oh, it's a red flag to women.
Yeah. That little red, you got mail. That's coming up.
Yeah, it's the truth. Our intuition kicks in, and it's like, wait a minute, this is weird.
Yeah, so he this was actually the day that I had hit the lottery for that much, and he was calling me all day. Then he called me. Now, mind you, the day before that, we hadn't talked all day because prior to that, he got on my nerves, and he, like I say, he was too controlling, and I told him I was done. Petty falling out that anybody has. That don't mean the next day it's a woman in your apartment.
No, it don't. And that woman didn't just pop up this one day. So clearly you've been talking to her.
Exactly.
Right.
So, and then mind you, he just moved in this apartment. So this is a new apartment.
Oh.
So this not where you been living and somebody can just, you know, randomly pop up. So when I called him to see if he was done with the meeting, the answer machine came straight on. Never happened. The whole entire time me and him.
So he turned his phone off, in other words. Oh, wait.
He ain't turned his phone off. Oh. I called from my sister's phone. It rung through.
Oh, he blocked you?
He blocked me.
Oh, okay.
He blocked me.
Wow.
So I'm confused. I tried to call again. So then I put *67 from my phone and called, and it rung through. But he didn't answer none of the calls. Whatever. Okay, so Ride by the house, Jonean. Just ride by the house.
Mm-hmm.
His car right there. I walk to the apartment, walk up the steps. I hear a female talking, coming from his apartment.
Girl.
So I said, is this a TV?
Right. Yeah.
You try to think positive first before anything. So I'm like, okay. So I was getting ready to put my ear to the door, but his neighbors started coming in the building. So I couldn't, I mean, I could have, but.
Yeah, you would have looked a little weird, right?
Yeah. So I just stood there and waited. So as soon as I go to knock on the door, now if this is the TV immediately turned off. It got super quiet. I knocked again. Nothing. Now I'm banging. Now I'm the police. So I'm banging on the door now. And it's like, he's a big guy. So he tiptoed or tried to the door. But I can feel your body.
Yeah, you can feel people's energy.
Yeah.
You can feel when somebody close to the door.
So he peeped out the peephole. And I'm looking down at my phone, acting like I don't know. He's on the other side of the door looking at me. So then he tried to tiptoe back away from the door. So I started talking. I think I called my mom or somebody. I was on the phone, but I started talking real loud. So I said, now, if I kick the door in, I'm going to be the crazy one.
Right.
Like that. He finally opens the door. But he pushed me like with his stomach to pull the door shut behind himself. So I tried to hurry up and grab the doorknob. It was locked. I said, what, you got company? Do it matter?
Yeah, it does.
So
we were dating, right?
Yeah. So I was like, what? Already? What happened yesterday? Nothing. I didn't call you. You didn't call me. What happened the day before? I texted you and said I was done and you said okay. But already you got...
Yeah, because you was already talking to him.
Exactly. So I said, oh, I'm about to put you on live. But I was joking. And I had my phone acting like... So the way his face expression looked like, it's like he was going to do something. So I really turned my
live
camera, not the live, but the camera
on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, you're an immature ass bitch and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, why am I immature? Because you already got somebody in your apartment that you just moved in already. Like, you know, some people ain't used to stuff. And he probably wants somebody to know he got his own place and all that or whatever. And so I was just like, wow, girl, when I say I blacked out, he shut the door in my face. He said, have a good day. Something. He shut the door in my face. I went to my car and I tried to find anything hard.
Nervous.
Anything
I'm getting nervous.
in my car. And I tried to find anything because I was so mad. And you know, the whole don't do something permanently stupid because you temporarily pissed off.
Yeah.
That stuff go out the window, the door. I swear you're not thinking because you acting off emotions and you hurt because it's the same dude that sat in my parents' face and talked about how much he loved me so much and this and that and how we need to just start picking out our wedding colors now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he was really laying it on thick.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. So nothing was in my car that was hard, thank God. I had a bunch of extra sweet pearl leaf teas and lotion and all that. And I just squirted it all over his car and poured all the juices out all over the car. God. I was so mad. And then I had a white guy with me, my sister's friend. He was with me to go up my house to see why the basement kept flooding. But I took that detour, you know. So when he seen me going off like that, he kept saying, Jonean, come on, you're going to go to jail.
I'm glad you had somebody with you to talk some sense into you.
Come on, let's go. He's not worth it. He's going to call you.
He's going to call you? What?
Girl, he was screaming. He just was like, you got so much going for yourself. You got too much to lose. Let's go. You're going to go to jail, Jonean. Let's go. Let's go. But like I said, I did not hear. The police could have been sitting right there. And I would have still reacted because I was so hurt. Then he go to my mom's house to tell on me. I'm grown.
Right.
To your daughter disrespected me. My mom like, I heard. Can I come in? No, you cannot.
What you need to come in for? Go to the girl's mother's house that you was entertaining the other night.
So he tried to swear up and down that it wasn't a girl in his apartment. Number one.
Why must we play these games? Yeah. Just be honest.
Exactly.
Right?
So when my mom said he wanted to talk to me, I said, Ma, if he lie, I'm done. I'm just done. And so he said, see, you making it hard. You putting me in a position where if I tell you what you want to hear, you're going to be please. No, I just need you to tell me the truth.
Right.
Nothing, no action, nothing you did said a girl wasn't in there.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, if a woman wasn't in there, you would have made it your business to make me look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you would have come on in here, look at you. Mm-hmm. You thinking ain't nobody in here. You know, you would have did all of that.
Yep.
But you locked the door.
Furthermore, he blocked your number.
Exactly.
So what was the purpose? Like if you wasn't doing nothing, if it wasn't going left like that, why did you block my number?
Exactly. So after that, my mom told him that I had went out to a party. So I guess he thought I was supposed to be sitting home crying and all that. Mm-mm. Even if he says, oh, so you went to your mother said you went to a party. Yeah. She said you looked nice. Yeah, I did. Oh, whatever. Like, because my mother hammed it up so that, you know, like, don't think my daughter sitting home.
Yeah, worrying about you.
Over you. And so he like, oh, well, you wasn't like that. Was that your goal? To make me hurt so that I wouldn't go out nowhere? I was going to go to that party, period. That was one of my girlfriend's birthday parties. So I was going there whether we were dealing or not. I was going to the party. Then after that, he begged and begged and begged for, you know, us to deal back with each other. So I'm like, all right, maybe, because, you know, when you first start off with somebody, they do be having prior situations going on that they don't tell you about. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe that was that. He keeps saying, you know, she wasn't really nobody that relevant and blah, 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 blah. She was evidently relevant enough to be there, and you carried me when I showed up. So I'm like, well, what's her name? He wouldn't tell me her name. Why you won't tell me her name? Because then you gonna go do all this and that. No. I just want to know her name just in case her name comes up again later down the line. And I know you still dealing with this same girl. That's why I want to know her name. He never said her name. All right, that's fine. So we dealing back with each other, but we haven't been out like on dates and stuff since then. Where I felt like we should do something, you know, because we haven't did anything since that situation. Then it was just always, I'm doing, the fellas want to do this. And it was just all these different, you could tell when the plans didn't include you, you know, because the conversation would be, what you doing today?
Right.
When at first it was, you want to go to the movies, or you understand what I'm saying? Everything was, the fellas want to do this and the fellas want to do that. But mind you, when I took him back that time, he said that he would always put me first. If it wasn't his kids or God, until we got married, I will come first. So here you are coming and telling me what the fellas want to do. When I said, well, I think we need to go out, you know, because we haven't been anywhere. This was prior to his mom had passed away. So his mom's birthday was that Saturday, and this was the Friday before her birthday. So me and him, we got into it like really bad, real bad. And so I asked him, how long you gonna ride on that? Not meaning how long you gonna ride on your mom's death. It was how long you gonna ride on your homeboys wanting to do something with you because your mom's death.
Right.
Because she had passed away in 17. So this is really like this is not like an ongoing thing. So this we were only in 18. So this is actually the first birthday,
right, of hers.
You know, right. So I'm like, you saying it like this is a routine thing.
Yeah, he's saying it like they've been doing this
for
every
years.
year. Right, I got you.
So I was just like, it just wasn't adding up. So he like, that's my mother. After you talking about this is happening out. I look like the bad person.
Right.
Because I made it look like I was insensitive to his mom's death and stuff like that. I had got him this really big portrait of him and his mom. The last picture that he took of her with her was at his wedding. They danced together. Mind you, his marriage was 15 months. Lasted 15 months. And anyway, so
that should have been a sign.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I ran that red light.
Yeah.
I ran that red light. I swear I did. But like I said, when they paint them pictures, like it was the other person. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, girl, everybody does that.
Yeah, everybody. So I didn't prejudge them, because I really didn't know what the situation was. I hadn't talked to the ex-wife or the ex-girlfriend or nobody like that to know what the truth was. But once I started seeing little things myself, I'm like, it was you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was you. And then he wanted to blame it on the fact that she had older children and it was just like a revolving door in and out the house and their girlfriend and blah, 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 blah. And he was just, it was everything. It was about everybody else but him.
Exactly.
He didn't play a part in nothing that happened. So, like you said, typical. Then I'm just like, all right, so I was supposed to be holding the picture until her birthday. But because we got into that big old mess, I wanted to, give him the picture. Me and my girlfriend drove around there. Coincidentally, this is why my girlfriend said, you got the best luck. Because coincidentally, here his car go again. He supposed to be doing overtime. I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go again. He here and this is that. So I go to knock on his door. The maintenance men are coming in at the time that I'm coming. They're going to his apartment, coincidentally. They got a toilet seat. So they said, oh, we're going to the same place like that. And I'm just standing there. So he said, well, we're going to let you in.
Oh, maintenance is letting people in people's apartments now?
Exactly.
Wait a minute, where was this?
Exactly. Girl,
make sure y'all don't live there. Because that's crazy.
So I said, and my heart started beating real fast. So I was just like,
that's some instincts kicking in, baby.
So he said he was going to be in the shower. So we're going to let you in. And if he's in the shower, we'll sit out here and we'll just wait. And I'm like, okay. In my mind, I said, Jesus, please don't be no girl in this apartment because I'm going to just try to drop the picture off.
Right.
And just leave. So I'm going closer to the back, closer to his bedroom. And my heart about to jump out my throat because I don't know what is about to take place.
You do, though.
Yeah. And so when
instincts kick in, that's why you get nervous because you know something ain't right.
So when I got to his room, he had, stuff set out and his door was cracked. He was in the shower drying off. I could see him drying off. Fat ass. But anyway. So I could see him drying off. And I just hurry up and put the picture on the bed and I left. So when I was leaving, I told the maintenance man, oh yeah, he's in the shower, like that. And I left. But I got in the car with my girlfriend. I said, girl, I don't know what kind of maintenance man these people are, but they straight let me in. They don't know if I was coming to kill this man or
crazy.
Nothing. They just let me in his apartment. And I was like, she said, what? She said, oh, I will cuss them out. This is and that. So he called my phone and he hung up. Then he texted me and said, I love it. Thank you. It's beautiful. And put all the little crying emojis or whatever. And then I told him, I was supposed to give it to you tomorrow, but because the situation that happened today, I figured, I didn't want you to think I was being ignorant. The fact that your mom is deceased or whatever the case may be. And that was that. So then the next day was her birthday. And here I am just checking on him because he is like, he just go through so much, whatever, fast forward. And I said, well, what you doing today? He said, let me just say this. I understand and I appreciate you checking up on me and everything. But did you forget what you said to me yesterday?
Well, I thought the picture was the apology, kind of.
Yeah. All that. So talking about us going places, about all that, that's dead. And that's that. And I was really calm, surprisingly. And I was just like, okay, And then he was like, no, I mean, until I feel, I guess because I wasn't reacting like he thought. So he had to keep coming with stuff and keep coming. Well, until I feel a different type of way about such and such and such and just being real ignorant, right? So I said, oh, okay. Like that. Got off the phone. Lottery come on. I hit his mom's birthday on her birthday straight. Right?
Wow.
I took a picture of the ticket and I sent it to him.
Mm-hmm.
So then later he called me and said, so what me and my brothers and sisters get because you hit our mother birthday?
The fuck out my face.
How much you...
That's what y'all
How much
get?
you played it
out
for?
my face?
Yeah. How much you played it for? Oh. This is that. And I know he probably was like, this bitch is lucky. You understand what I'm saying? I know he just hated the fact that I was tearing them numbers up because he didn't want me to do this and he didn't want me to do that or whatever. And then it was just like, then we became back cool. And then he just out of nowhere deleted me and blocked me from Facebook. Then my homegirl sends me a picture that he's having a party for his birthday. And I'm just like, okay, well, if we together, we supposed to be turning up at this party together. Like, you know, and then it was just like, so I said, no, I cannot mentally, I can't do this, you know, because you do stuff when we not beefing. If you do stuff when we mad, I can understand. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, why did he block you on social media if y'all was still together?
Yeah, absolutely. So then I asked him, I called the next morning and I said, what I do this time? He like, what? I'm going to call you back. And I said, well, I'm just trying to figure out what you blocked me for. Then I say I was going to call you back. Fuck is wrong with you? And hang up the phone.
No, baby. No. See?
Yeah.
No. See, let me say something, Queens. Let me just say this. You know, one thing I will always say is I have never been in a relationship where a man talked to me crazy
any
like
kind
that.
of way.
Yeah, no. Because I think it's abusive.
Yeah, it is.
When somebody, especially, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, we dainty like flowers or whatever, right? Because we got a mouth and I definitely got a mouth.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I definitely jab with my mouth. I think we all do, especially us women of color, right? We do. We jab with our tongue and we have sharp mouths and we're sarcastic and I get it. But just like you wouldn't slap a woman because you know that physically, you know, you have an advantage over her, then you also shouldn't talk to her that way. I think it's abusive for a man to be like, fuck is you saying? All of that. No, like, I know we yell and I know we do as women. I'm not making excuses for our behavior, but when, like, as a man, like, do you even feel, let me just say this. My father used to say, a man should feel like a coward yelling and cursing at a woman. Like, why, like, what makes you feel? Like, you don't feel like a girl. You know what I'm saying? That's like what girls do to each other.
And that's why I felt like he had he act too much like a female. When he would get mad at me, he would throw my stuff away. You didn't pay for none of this stuff. Why are you throwing my stuff away? You know where I live, or just tell me to get my stuff. Right. Don't throw my stuff away.
Yeah, that's too girly. I always think that no woman should tolerate a man talking. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, I need to let the queens know, don't let no man talk to you like that. It's not that serious. You know, he shouldn't be yelling at you, cussing at you. None of that. If that's what's going on, baby, he is abusive emotionally. All abuse is not physical. Some abuse is emotional. And if he's an emotional abuser, you got to run from that type of situation immediately.
And
that's
then,
not okay.
Trust me. He done got some tongue slashings, you know. Back. I mean, I was quick on my tongue. And it's because, but then you feel a certain type of way when I lash out at you. Right. You understand what I'm saying? No, you're not going to talk to me any kind of way. What they say, a reaction, there's a reaction. So but you somehow skip your actions that cause me to react the way I react. But then time I react, oh, this be crazy. She this, she that, and blah, 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 blah. No, you caused this. Yeah. But when you go to tell a story, so now fast forward, he done told different people, I'm cool with a couple of his cousins. He done ran and told them this and told them that, but you leaving out your part.
People do that all the time.
All the time. Yeah,
conveniently leave out what you did that caused
me to act like that.
The reaction. And again, it's not to justify all actions because it doesn't matter what somebody did sometimes, you know, for you to do what you're doing, but don't just give them one side of the story and be like, oh yeah, she went crazy. She poured, lotion on my car. And it's like, okay, so
out of the blue.
Yeah, so she just drove over for no reason. Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
And girl, so the last button on Joey's jacket was that I wanted to go out, and I'm like, and he just keep making up all these excuses. I got this to do. I got that to do, this and that. And I'm like, well, when are we going to ever be back, like,
like going out.
Yeah. So it was just like he just kept having all these different excuses all the time. And then, as far as my business, I guess he didn't think that I was doing as well as I am, as far as the business. And then he said to me, well, business is closed at a certain time.
Was he your father in another life?
Exactly.
I'm lost.
Exactly. So I'm just like, excuse me, sir. I mean, as long as my phone ring and I'm able to answer it and I want to take the call, I'm going to take the call or whatever. I mean, this is what I've been doing before you came in my space, and it's a difference. And then I just knew he wasn't really right for me when I said I wanted a heat press. And he said, you don't think you're moving too fast?
Okay, so you're not supportive. You talk to me crazy. Yeah, it's a no for me.
But you started off as if you wanted to be supportive. You was dropping off, making deliveries and stuff for me. But that was the beginning to impress me, I feel. Because then afterwards, all that, dropping off for me, all that stopped, and then the very last day, and I said, well, where you at? And I said, what you doing? All of a sudden, I can't ask them questions no more. Why you need to know such and such and such? But 5 minutes ago, the day before, you asked me where I was at and asked me where she lived. And I told you both of those answers and didn't say, well, why you asking me? Why you need to know? I didn't say any of that. Then I'm like, well, F you, like that. And then I was dropping off. Somebody got me to do a label for their hot sauce that they made. And when I went to drop it off to the guy, he was down there. My friend was there. So later on, he gonna say he turned his back, and the person that he was talking to was looking over at me, grinning. So evidently, he was talking about me, making it like I'm trying to follow him. Well, whatever, I don't know what he was saying to him, but the guy kept looking at me, and then I just drove on the opposite side, so it won't look like I'm trying to be right there where they are. Then he calls me and said, "Did you come down here for me or somebody else? You never told me where you were, so how could I come down there for you?" It's like, yeah, okay, hang up. Later on that night, I called him. He sent me to the answer machine. I called again. He called me back and said, you ain't get my text. I said, no. He said, I'm at the movies with my son. What the fuck do you want?
Oh, baby. I'm about to find him and put him in a headlock myself.
Yeah. So I was real calm. And I said, oh, okay. Enjoy the movie. I'll see you when you get to the apartment. Because I know you're not with no son. You know what I'm saying? I hung up. Me and my homegirl, we sitting in the parking lot. He rides by.
I'm getting nervous again, y'all.
No, He rides by. He don't turn in his apartment complex. I call the phone. Why you ain't turning the apartment? Why you ain't turning the parking lot? Because I ain't ready to go in the house. Well, why you ride by? This not like a main street. You gotta know where you going to come right here. I ain't coming out. Why you right there? I told you I will be here when you got out the movies. If you with your son, why you had to leave out the theater to say to me, I'm with my son? You had to leave out because whoever you was really with would have been like, why you lie and say you was with your son? Yeah,
because he had sent you the voicemail the first time, and then when he probably got up and walked out and called
and
back.
Then called me. Exactly. So and this is why I'm crazy, because I'm not stupid.
Right.
This is exactly why I'm crazy.
Let me cut you off for 5 seconds because you just said a word. I said a long time ago on one of the episodes, I hate when men call women crazy. I hate it. Now, can we be clear that there are some women who are missing a few? Yes, we know that. We know that there are some women who do make it bad for everyone, and they do some off the wall, off the cuff things. However, a lot of time women get charged with crazy because we are reacting from our emotions and our instinct. Yeah. Because we are, when we were placed on this earth, God blessed us with the instinctual, like we have that's a intuition. Superpower. Yes. So that is something that women just naturally have. So a lot of times when we feel things, we feel something ain't right. We know that we know something, but we don't even know what we know. And we don't even know what's wrong. We don't even know what the problem is.
We just gut feeling.
Yeah. And so you're reacting to that. And then men sometimes will try to convince you that you losing it.
You
like
losing it.
you all the way left with what you thinking, and that's not what's going on.
You
And
thinking
because
too much.
of it,
You always overthinking
they
stuff.
making you think you're crazy. And that's what a lot of times why so many women have low self-esteem and why so many women doubt themselves, because you've allowed someone to tell you that your instincts were off. So you don't even trust your own instincts anymore. No, baby. What I felt was real.
Yeah.
What I know was real.
Exactly.
I just didn't quite know exactly what it was. Like, I knew you was with a girl. I might not have knew who she was and what her name was. But it don't mean that I didn't feel
with your
something.
Son. The whole entire time we dealt with each other. Now, his son probably was the alibi for both sides.
Exactly.
So the girl may not have been with him when he rolled past. He might have rolled past just to make sure I wasn't there because I said I was going to be there. And the girl, he probably said, I let me go check on my son because this and that, whatever. So he probably was using his son on both ends.
Right. He might have even dropped her off.
Exactly.
Who knows? Yeah.
And that's what I say. But I'm like, and he probably like, man, that be at my house and blah, 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 making it like we don't deal with each other. So
like you the crazy stalker
and I just was there. I was just there the night before and stayed the night. And I bought some cards because he didn't have any furniture at the time but a bed and the TV. And I wanted just, something to do. And, other than just laying there and watching TV. So I had grabbed a deck of cards that we never even got a chance to play because he want to do him, and then it's just like, oh, wait a minute, backtrack. With the whole girl being in an apartment that time, he finally admitted that it was a girl in there, which I already knew.
Right.
And then I said, yeah, I know it was a girl in there. I said, and your fat ass tried to come to the door and peek out the peephole. And he like, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I know you did. You know what I'm saying? So now.
Fat ass though?
Yeah, all the time. All the time. So, so when I got to, now back to us sitting in the parking lot. So he calls my parents again. Don't care what time it is. My mom and them gets up really early to go to the flea market on the weekends. He calls them 1-something in the morning, telling them that I'm in the parking lot. So my mom called me and she said, you know what I said to him? She said, I just wish that my daughter just go ahead because she making you feel like you somebody and you ain't shit.
Oh, yes, mom.
You know what I mean?
Yes, mom. The read. Yes, mom. Yes.
And she'll cut you real nice. She'll give it to you straight up, no chaser, and say it real nice. But you gonna feel it. You gonna feel every last bit of it. And
I'm so glad she said that to him.
Yeah, so she said to me when she was like, just go ahead. I said, see, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. He thought he was going to bring somebody, right? And I messed up his little shot. So I purposely sat right there. Because I got my homegirl with me. You understand what I'm saying? So if I really was being there just for like me, so I ended up calling her Uber girl. We sat out there from like 1-something to about almost 4. We done fell asleep in our car. He finally had pulled in the parking lot. So I know he was sleeping in his car because he falls asleep anywhere. And you know what I mean? Like all the time. Exactly.
I'm just joking.
But anyway. So I called an Uber for my homegirl because I live closer to him. And I just was like, I'm tired at this point. And I was ready to call his phone and say, you know what? All right, the BS is over. Come on, let's go in the house. It is what it is, whatever. Soon as I picked up the phone to get ready to call his phone, the police came in the parking lot. He called the police on me. So I looked, and then he showed the police where I was at. So I'm like, this nigga really called the police?
Because you was stalking him.
Stalking? Bitch, I'm right there. I told you where I was going to be at. Stalking is I'm sitting somewhere you don't even know I'm there, and all that other stuff or whatever. I told you I would be there when you got there. Then he's standing there talking to the police with his hands in front of his belly and all that. And then and so the other cop was right there with me. You want to see my ID and all that? For what? Why I need to give you my ID? Well, this will be considered domestic. What? Me sitting in the parking lot, sitting in the car? Why is it domestic? I ain't touching him, he ain't touching me, or whatever. Like, why? Because y'all were intimate at one point. Well, were you guys ever intimate? Yeah, last night, actually. And this is what I said to the police. So then I rolled the window down. And then I said to him, I said, you No, I said, use a BITCH out the window to the police. He gonna look and say, see what I mean, officer? I said, I ain't no see what you mean. Use a, and just cussing. And so the other cop tell me, to calm down. It is like 4 something in the morning and people are sleeping and blah, 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 blah. So I just wanted to be petty. I didn't have nothing in the house that belonged to me, So I said, well, he got a picture that I just recently gave him of him and his mom or whatever. I was really petty. Then I had got him a microwave top, which was only like $1.74 that you cover your food with. God. I was just really trying to find anything that I can take, you know what I mean? Because of how he made me feel at that moment. And so I took the picture and everything. And over the time, I was getting ready to get the picture back to him. I went to go get the picture. My son then took the picture out and burnt the picture up and threw the picture in the soil hole. I never knew that because the frame was facing down. Gosh. So I never knew that my son had took the picture or whatever. And I said, oh, well, like, you know what I mean? It's gone. It's gone. It wasn't like, because I really didn't need the picture. I just was, like I said, at that moment trying to be petty. But after that, and I told him, I said, you know what? Because he sprays rat poison and stuff like that for the city. And I said, well, while you out there spraying rat poison, you make sure you swallow some.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
I was mad because you really, and this is why I will never deal back with him, because I feel like you did all of that knowing that I wanted to go out, knowing that I wanted us to spend time and, just to rebuild whatever we had going on. And you really took somebody else out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care about you saying you was with your son. That's a lie.
Yeah.
You weren't with your son. So I really honestly believe, because all that week he was eating like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and stuff like that. I really think he was saving up and already had this plan to go out with whoever this young lady is, and have money to make it look like he had change. Yeah. I really honestly feel like that's what that was. So I will never, ever, ever, ever deal back with him. I don't care.
I would hope that you don't deal back with him for another reason too. First of all, the disrespect and talking to you crazy.
Exactly.
And to me, if you can't even be, and I know this is a little controversial too, but if you can't be faithful and honest in the dating and getting to know you phase, then it's over.
It's over.
A lot of people say, well, you ain't married yet, so you can still do what you want. But how do we ever get to the point where we're talking about a serious commitment if we can't even be serious and honest when we're getting to know each other?
Exactly.
That's already a red flag,
exactly.
That you lack the ability to be honest and direct and upfront, or you lack the ability to be able to focus on one woman. So if you can't even do that at this juncture, we definitely have nothing, more.
Definitely.
So what did you learn from?
It was just toxic.
I was going to say, what did you learn from like that and the most recent situation where the guy almost crashed trying to get your number and a girl called you the next day? Like, what would you say you learned from those experiences with dating?
I mean, it's just, as far as learning, I mean, it's just the same thing. It's just that at different times, it's like all of them end up the same way. They just look different. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to really pay attention to what they not saying.
Right. Yep.
And
so true.
And it's just like, and the crazy part is that's what I said to the guy who the girl called the next day. I said, you got to pay attention to what people not saying. And you did not say you had a girlfriend.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and then it's just like with the guy the one that I did have a few months in with, because it ain't even make it to 90 days. That's why I put that post like, Alexa, find me a new dude. Because that one ain't last 90 days.
Right.
Like, because it's not like I wasn't trying.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then I asked him, I said, well, do you think you need to seek help? Do you need to because he might be having some mental illness stuff that he's going through. And then my sister, I didn't know that. Well, my sister knew who he was because they go to the same church. Speaking of church, the other guy said he go to church every Sunday. He forgot to say with my girlfriend, because I'm pretty sure that's where but everybody keep trying to throw the church thing up in there as if that's going to get them some brownie points or whatever the case may be. So my sister told my mom, she said, "Ma, I didn't want to say anything because, everybody is different." She said, but him and his wife, when he was married, would argue in the church all the time. They would be coming in the church arguing, leaving out the church arguing, in the parking lot arguing, in the car arguing, like really loud. So my mom was like, "Well, why you ain't talk? Why?" She said, "Well, because I didn't really know who was causing the arguments."
Yeah, like what if it was the woman?
Yeah, because it might have been her or whatever. And she was like, "But now that Jonean is going through this with him, clearly it's him like that or whatever." And so my mom told me, like, she said, they would argue real bad in the church, like real bad.
Well, you are so lucky to have escaped that situation. The other thing that I wanted to say is, hopefully, because you are just such a beautiful person. Like I said, I gave you all of the kudos, and I meant it on part 1 of this episode, because I obviously have known you since we went to high school, and then we've been Facebook friends. We roll in the same circle, so I see kind of from a distance what you go through, who you are, all of your things that you overcome, girl. And let me tell you something, baby. It ain't no dude walking this earth that's worth you going through all of that. It ain't no dude worth, sitting outside his house. It ain't no dude worth getting that angry. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to learn how to, and I'm not saying you personally, I'm just saying you in general as women, we have to learn how to have so much respect for ourselves and worth that, like, I'm not even going to give you the satisfaction. Like your mother said, I'm just mad that she even making you feel that important, right? Because you're not even worth all of that. You're not worth the numerous calls. You're not worth the following up. You're not worth the second chance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I hope that you realize that, you know what I'm saying? That that's not worth it. And that's not even a situation that you should even be in, because you're too good of a person. You're too good of a woman. You're too beautiful inside and out. You have too much to offer to be bullshitting around with those types of situations. Because I will say, from experience, after my 13-year, maybe longer than that, struggle with the whole single life, I will say that there are really great men who really will value who you are as a woman, and who would never talk to you crazy, who would never put no woman before you, who would never cheat on you, who would never entertain another chick. Like one of my good girlfriends, her, one of the things that me and her talk about all the time when she get frustrated with her relationship, and I always like bring her back to say, listen, does that man worship the ground you walk on? Yes. Do you know with 1,000% certainty that he don't even look at no other chicks, don't even entertain them? Other chicks might smile at him at this and that and the fourth, and he is blind to it. Yeah. Do you know that with 100% certainty? And I ask her those questions because I know it, because I watch him with her, and you can tell it's just he all in. Yeah. So he might have his faults and he might have his flaws and he might do what he do. But baby, that motherfucker is in love with your stinky drawers. You know what I'm saying? And when you find that, then you can tolerate some of the other little small things that go on. But the talking to you crazy, because it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. Yeah, you wouldn't talk to your mother like that. Like, and your mother's not even here anymore. So imagine that. You wouldn't talk to your mother that way. Or would your mother appreciate you talking to another woman that way, right? Yeah. So I just hope, and I'm sure you do, you know your own value. It's just in the moment you feel angry or whatever. But yeah, girl, don't be giving no man that satisfaction. Like your mother said, don't give him no satisfaction. Exactly. No, because he ain't worth it.
He definitely wasn't worth it.
You could just tell the truth. If we had a little falling out and you got mad with me because we beefing and you went and called another woman. Well, we already done, because you in relationships, especially if it graduates to marriage, you're going to have a lot of days like that.
Yeah, you get into arguments.
Yeah, and you mad, or you don't like the fact that I said this or I said that. But it doesn't mean that you go out and you talk to someone else just because we went through what we went through. Like, what are we supposed to be perfect?
Not one time in that whole situation did I go out with another guy or entertain another guy.
And that's why I said you don't deserve that. Yeah. Because if you're willing to be committed and truthful and you're standing in the good and the bad time, then you deserve someone who's going to give you the same, not somebody who well, you got a little chick waiting in the wings just for the moments where we have an argument. Yeah, no, like you got to did all of those. Now I get like, when y'all first meet, sometimes there's still people lingering or whatever.
Tired, the little dumb nuts.
Yeah, when me and my husband started talking again, he had told me when we messaged each other and was like, let's go out. He told me like I have a friend, like he was entertaining someone at the time. And I was like, oh, okay. I had just stopped entertaining someone. So we made the decision that he was just going to let her know, hey, I'm going back into a situation. So I can't talk to you anymore. That's it. Y'all just be honest about it. Like, did the situations and move on. It's just crazy.
And sometimes people, what's so hard about being honest though?
It's hard because people want their cake and eat it too. So it's like everybody's scared to get hurt. Everybody's scared to be vulnerable. Everybody's scared to commit. So if I'm afraid to, and that might be, now that I said that might be why you attract those types of guys. Like if you feel nervous about, because that's what I was doing. I was scared to death. I had been hurt so many times. Like I was scared to just love freely. Like I was doing it, but really still deep down inside, there was still a little guard because I didn't want to get hurt. And I thought, well, I got to do that because I can't keep letting the same thing that happened before. Yeah. But really what I was doing by doing that was because you attract what you are and you attract what you think. If you have even that small sliver of fear that you're going to get hurt, then you're gonna get hurt. You see
and
what I'm saying?
The crazy part about it is, for a while, and my niece used to always say this about me, that no matter how many times I've been hurt, I go in it as if I never been hurt. You understand? Yeah. And I give everybody the same clean slate.
Right.
I don't compare this person to that person. Just so happened that in the end, you end up being like that person. But it's not that I'm going in it with that last guy that I was saying, he was the only one where I said, let me do stuff differently.
Yeah. And you took your time a little bit.
Yeah. And he still was just like, and it was crazy because I said, I really think you need to talk to somebody. Like you might be going through hurt that you're not even aware of, because you don't even really see it. You doing all this lashing out. And you just angry.
It could be like the loss of his mom. I mean, the trauma from that. Yeah, it could be.
It's just like you just lashing out and you just angry all the time.
Right.
And I'm the type of person, when I love food, oh my stars, I be like, all the time. He gonna say, do you gotta do that every time you eat? I said, well, if it's good, yeah.
I do that to my husband though. I do. You can ask him. I do that when he be like, what do he do it? He do it with food. He do, and I just give him the look like, oh, so annoying. So I'm guilty of that. I can't even hate on the man because I'm guilty of it. I just roll my eyes.
And that's what I'm saying. That everybody that knows me, my friends, my family, my cousins, they know. And some people get me to taste their food just because if you don't get that, it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I do it. And it's just habit. I really like, if I take one of them pieces of chocolate and it's really good to me, I'm gonna just be like, and that's just that.
I got you, boo.
He just complain about
everything.
Yeah.
But that says that he's not happy with himself though.
That's what I said.
You're not happy
that's
with
what
yourself.
I said. Because anytime you can, like, even down to the family, I noticed that he would disconnect himself, and then one minute he's with his family, the next minute he's not, and all that. And then I'm like, you might really be going through something, and I'm not judging you. You might need some help.
Yeah, he might. A lot of people do, and they don't really know that they do, but a lot of people do. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up, baby. This was good. I really enjoyed talking. Listen, I was sipping all the tea. I was like, yes, baby, tell this story. But I'm glad you shared that because, again, this platform is for that very honest, candid conversation. And it takes courage. And a lot of people don't understand this, but it takes courage for you to even share
what you've been through, instead of trying to paint this pretty picture all the time. It's not always pretty, and it's not always ugly either. Right. And it's just like, And like I said, I'm just such a hopeless romantic that I believe one day it will happen.
Listen, it will.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you believe it, it already makes it so.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time for it to line up properly.
Right.
But it will definitely happen for you.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't happen to a better person. Like I said, you are such a beautiful person inside and out.
I said that day,
and you will.
when that day come, and I always say that's gonna be a ugly wedding. And they was like, "Why you say that?" I said, "Cause everybody gonna be crying. Them mugs gonna be broke down, like because everybody, all my friends know, what I've been through as far as failed relationship after failed relationship after failed relationship. And like I say, it's not even lasting. Like some things don't even make it past 60 days, and like I said, because God is not gonna waste my time. So get it out the way. It's better to get it over with quick than to invest children, time, property,
say it.
All of that other kind of stuff. You don't even want to
do that.
Like, and then have to call it quits. That's the worst. So I had this is my last little situation. I had a girl, a cousin of mine, and I knew she was referring to me. She made a post and said, every relationship or friendship or whatever you have don't need to make it to Facebook. Shit ain't even last 90 days. And now you posting a wise woman once said quotes. And I always say a wise woman once said this and that. But my thing is this. Where are we different at? You ain't got no man. I ain't got no man. Yours might have lasted 3 years. Mine might have lasted 3 minutes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We still in the same boat.
And whatever you choose to share is your business. Yeah. It's your page. It's your life. Exactly. It's your experience.
Exactly.
People kill me with that because I had a woman who commented on episode 1 I did. In episode 1, I was talking about my breakup with like my son's father and like how that hurt literally drove it carved out my experiences with relationships for like 10 years because I couldn't let go of the pain. But that was my real story. And now that's 10 years ago. I'm not there at this point, but at the time, that's how I felt. Right. And I shared it. And it was a very vulnerable, I'm sharing like my real feelings or whatever. And this girl went in and she was like, people share too much and you tell too much. And why tell your business? Because it's my business.
It's your business.
Key word, my business. So
I can share
my platform.
Story.
You can share what you want. So if you don't like it, then don't look at it. If you don't want to hear about my next venture, whether it lasts 90 days or 90 minutes, then don't come on my MFN page.
Yeah. And so I commented because I knew it was for me.
Yeah, she was talking about
So I commented and I said, shit happens. She didn't reply to my comment. She didn't like it. But then when her girlfriend came on there and said something, she said, people funny, and she replied back to her, but didn't reply back to me because I'm open, and if I feel like you referring to me, I'm coming.
Right. And the other thing too is why are you just like she telling you or subbing you because she ain't really coming at you direct, but she subbing you saying stop sharing it, but you sharing how you feel about something on your page. Like you're doing the same thing. Exactly. Like you sharing how you feel about my situation on your page. So why can't I share about how I feel about my situation on my page? Girl, and people is crazy.
Because at one point, what they say, I thought he was Boaz. And like, and with who them other people? Broke ass, po ass, line ass.
Wait a minute.
You know what I mean?
We're done. This episode is over. Thank you, Boo, for coming on this show. I really appreciate it. And I really had a good time.
Thanks.
This was so fun.
Too.
So awesome. Maybe you could come back I always invite pretty much everyone who did an episode came back again because
maybe
so much
when I
about.
come back, I'll
be in love.
Fiance.
Yes. Yeah. Look, well, listen. Whenever that is, you definitely coming back because the queens are gonna want to hear what happened full circle. They want to know the story. They want the tea, and we definitely want to see people win. Like we want to see the happy ending and all of that good stuff. So, thank you, girl. This was so fun.
Thank you.
So, queens. Again, I will tag Jonean. I will tag her business. I will tag her personal pages if you want to connect with her. So I'm sure so many of you can connect with her story and what she shared. Because listen, the struggle is real on the dating scene. It is very difficult. And I'm not trying to say that all men, we're not saying this all men do this and that, but it's a lot of brothers out here who giving the queens a hard time. Ooh, so
wait a minute, let me intercede real quick. And one thing I can say, don't keep beating yourself up trying to figure out what's wrong with you.
Yes.
Don't.
Yeah.
Because I even had to ask a couple of exes that, I'm like, well, what? Is it me? You know?
Yeah.
And then one guy said to me, no, that it wasn't you. You were just very mature for your age.
Mm-hmm.
You was always the settled down type, the ready for commitment and love type of person. And everybody not ready. They like, I wouldn't change who I am.
Right.
You are who you are, and you're a beautiful person inside and out. So don't change that.
Right.
It's just that we not ready.
Exactly.
And then every dude that if you had a chance to deal back with somebody, who would it be? And ironically, they all mentioned me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And then it's just like, well, like, where were you when I was when you had all of my attention?
Mm-hmm.
So ladies, don't beat yourself up trying to figure out what's wrong with you.
Right.
When it don't go right, don't try to replay the picture or replay it. How could I have did this and we would not be here?
Mm-hmm.
This and that. Never question it. Where God put that period, don't put that question mark right there.
Say it again.
Leave it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Leave that period right there. Ain't no comma. Ain't no semicolon.
That's
none of that.
Yes.
You put that. Then when he put that period right there, that's the end.
Period.
That's it.
I second that and I stamp that. That gets a queen approval, honey, because I've done that where there was a period and I put a little hook at the bottom, like, well, wait, just in case. Let me go back in and see if it was something. Yeah, but you're right. So thank you again for that.
Well.
We appreciate you. We appreciate your honesty, your candor, and your time, of course. So, Queens, we are signing out. Thank you, Queens, for tuning in. It was so much fun listening to her story. Little Jody. So, of course, we will invite her back. And again, hopefully she will have a ring at that time.
Yes.
Yes. Look, we're going to put that out in the universe,
it's
right?
in the universe.
We're putting it out there.
Anybody, any men listening in,
she is
any
single
queens
and
who
she
got
is cute.
brothers.
Yeah, there you go. She is single and cute, y'all.
Yes.
So, and successful, might I add. There you go.
Wow.
All right, Queens. So I love you, Queens, so much. Make sure you connect with the All Queens Army at All Queens Army on Instagram and on Facebook. I will talk to you, Queens, very soon. I love you so much. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the All Queens Army podcast. If you want to connect with Breizy Time and the All Queens Army, be sure to follow them on IG and Facebook at All Queens Army. Or head over and check out the All Queens Army YouTube channel. Until next time.